The city's housing situation will not meet the changing demographic of Prince George. That's according to a new report on housing that highlights what many at City Hall have suspected. Now, Council is taking the next step.
The current housing stock is not and will not meet future housing demands. That's one of the findings of an extensive report done by the Community Development Institute. The population is aging and families are smaller because people are having fewer kids and there are more empty nesters.
We realized that there was an opportunity to meet the emerging housing demands within our existing neighborhoods and within our existing infrastructure envelope. And it was the way those things came together that was really unique.
The authors of the report also promote development in existing neighborhoods, or infill. The city has been very progressive on that front, especially in the downtown, with things like secondary suites, tax incentives and new zoning to allow for more densified housing.
We've got to thank a very progressive staff. I mean, they're at the forefront of this. I mean, they're educated professionals. They're out there talking to their colleagues in other communities, and they're hearing what's on the horizon. So it really is about, we're not just looking at smaller families in Prince George. That's becoming a national phenomenon.
Municipalities have been urging for a national housing strategy, but the city cannot sit idly by and wait for the federal or provincial governments to do the job.
There's been a call for a national housing strategy for a very long time. I guess my concern, I'm not about to let anybody off the hook, but I think the reality is if we wait for that, it may never come. So the reality is about us getting on with what we can do, what we have control over, what we can affect, and make things happen in our community.
In the meantime, developers continue to build large houses on spec in brand new neighborhoods. Marlene Morris says that's out of habit.
Generally, people in Prince George aren't very familiar with these kinds of models, and so are sort of hesitant to accept some of these. So they suggested that we might go forward with some demonstration or pilot projects that would give the public an opportunity to really experience this kind of housing.
Councillor Murray Krause, as head of the Beyond Homelessness Committee, will now take conduct of the report and use it as part of an ongoing push to improve affordable housing options for the city. Cheryl Jan, CKPG News.